At the start of every year, colleges and universities compete in ultimate frisbee tournaments across the country. Over 100 schools start every year with national aspirations, but only one team can be crowned national champions. For those of you who are new to the College Ultimate season, each year teams compete in a variety of tournaments hosted by different schools. The results of these tournaments will affect the team's standings with other schools in their section, region, and nation. In the middle of April, a section tournament is held and is seeded based on team rankings. Every section is given a specific number of bids that will allow teams to play in regional tournament. For example, last year, the Colonial section had 4 bids to the Atlantic Coast Regional Tournament. The top 4 teams from the Colonial section would move on to the regional tournament. To compete with teams that also did well in their sections. The same format works in the regional tournament and determines who will play for the national championship in Ohio. To start off the season, I'm going to predict which teams I believe will make it to nationals this year. The number of bids each region receives differs from year to year, based on the team rankings. So, for each region, I'm going to predict the top 3 teams. Starting off with the Atlantic Coast, the reigning champs, North Carolina Darkside, should more than likely return with NC State. I also think the Maryland Space Bastards have a great chance at a national bid with their performance last year. South Central has its usual suspects, with Mama Bird and Texas Tough, but I think that Contra will also return to nationals, with a young team led by senior Ben Reimler and the Nick captains. In New England, I expect Brown to continue their dominating ways, and Vermont Chill to have a breakout season with now captain Eli Standard. The Northeastern Huskies will also be in the mix after narrowly missing last year's nationals. The Northwest seems like a toss-up between an up-and-coming Oregon team who barely missed their national bid and are masters of trash can dives. The Washington Sun Dodgers, who had a hot start last year, and Utah State Scotsmen, who are the reigning regional champs. Any one of these teams are capable of a national bid and making a deep run in the national tournament. For the Southwest, Cal Poly Slowcore and the Berkeley Ursa Majors will likely take bids, but I believe Santa Cruz Slugs can be a dark horse with a young roster that is only getting better. Georgia Ultimate will likely continue as Southeast champions, but I believe Auburn and Georgia Tech will be strong contenders to take their throne. Pitt is getting stronger in the Ohio Valley, with Kevin Suey making his return to the field, and Ohio State's young core developing into championship contenders. I also think the Cincinnati Bearcats have a chance to steal a bid. In North Central, the Gray Ducks of Minnesota will likely make their return to nationals, but Carleton won't make it easy, considering they were the number 1 seed last year. Wisconsin will also be in the mix, placing second at last year's regionals ahead of Carleton. With Magnum three-peating as champions of the Great Lakes, I have Michigan going to nationals for a 4th straight year. A couple of teams that could give them a run for their money are the Papal Rage, led by Chris the Monk Walsh and Zach the Boat Jorman. And the other team, the Hoosier Mamas out of Indiana, who fell short to Michigan last year. Finally, the Metro East is a tight race between the Cornell Buds, Connecticut Huskies, and the Machine Rutgers. In regionals last year, all three of these teams were neck and neck for deciding their bid, with the Huskies barely edging out the Machine in their universal win to advance to the finals, where they went on to beat Cornell and go to nationals. It's hard to say who will rule the region in 2023, but I predict it is Cornell's year to break through. If I got any facts wrong about a team, let me know in the comments, because rosters and results are often outdated and hard to find. I'll try to cover every tournament that affects team rankings, but it will be difficult if I don't have any footage from the tournament games. Ultimate isn't well televised like other college sports, so the more footage I have, the better recaps I'll be able to make. If you happen to capture footage from any tournament and want me to use it in a future recap, please send it to my email or my Discord. You can find more details in the description. Subscribe if you want to see future recaps of tournaments throughout the year. Like the video if you liked it, or dislike if you disliked it. See you in the next video, and always, lay out.